Morning, everybody, on this cold but beautiful Friday morning, first Friday of spring. I'm here at Moraine State Park and I'm going to be hiking the North Country Trail between 528 and Staff Road. And at the trailhead, I just saw the sign for sale. 28 acres of land. So if you're looking to have some privacy and be close to the park, that's the land for you. Brr. I'll get warmed up when I start walking. And there is an overlook on this trail. It's about 1/4 of a mile in. So you want to be careful crossing 528 because people fly along here. It's safe to cross. I mean, just slow down, enjoy the scenery. I've seen people go 70 along here, which is way too fast. Speed limit's about 45. Just want to point out, no bicycles allowed. And the trail is blazed in blue. And if you watched my videos before, the North Country Trail is a multi-state trail. It runs from upstate New York to North Dakota. So it's about 4,000 miles. So the trail has gravel on it, so that makes for an easy hike for now. But still, you want to wear appropriate footwear, like a good sturdy pair of hiking boots. Here is where it can get confusing. To the left is the North Country Trail, to the right is the multi-purpose trail. And as you can see the blaze, when the blaze has the marker on the left, that means go to the left. And blazes are like guide signs along the highway. They tell you where to go. So we are going to go left. Across this little footbridge. And we're off. It's quite noisy near the trailhead because you can hear the traffic from Route 528. And this section is part of the Cherry Pie hike, Washington's Journey. And the Cherry Pie hike, you can opt to do the 7-mile hike, which is from the Route 528 bridge to Jennings. And I did that hike 5 years ago. It's a great workout. And I'm not a cherry pie person, but after hiking 7 miles, it tasted really good. Before Moraine State Park was created, there were a lot of strip mines and oil wells. This here is a sluice that carried water out of the mine. So you can see remnants of the industry that used to be here before. Bunch of new growth trees. This is succession happening before our very eyes. And you can see that sluice goes up the hill. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of elevation. This will be a great way to get myself warmed up for the rest of the hike. Got a beautiful pine forest. It'll be worth it when we get to the top. Made to the top, and I believe this hillside was a coal mine. This obviously looks like a road. And you can see the blue blazes points to the left. And you must remember, whenever this land was being mined, these trees were not here. And this also looks like the remains of an old service road. So they just repurposed it into the trail. And that's the case with a lot of these trails up Moraine, especially the multi-purpose trails. We watch out for the usual culprits, exposed roots and rocks. It's chilly, 33 degrees and a dew point of 22. This air is so dry. So you just want to watch your step. And here we come to this beautiful overlook. And this is the Muddy Creek arm of Lake Arthur. So this is a great place to have a sip of water, eat a snack, and just relax after that elevation change. Moving right along. Here you can see things starting to green up. Here's another overlook. And this is the Muddy Creek arm of Lake Arthur. This time of year provides a beautiful view, but whenever the foliage is up, you can barely see anything. And if you look straight ahead, you can see the railroad bed from the Western Allegheny Railroad. And the Western Allegheny Railroad ran from Newcastle to Queen Junction. So be sure to check out my video, The Village of Maine, which I will put at the end of this video. That way you can just click on the link to find out more. And once you get deeper into the trail, it gets more quiet. And right now, I'm on top of a ridge. We are so blessed to have the North Country Trail come through Butler County. Such a beautiful trail. And I saw pictures of the North Country Trail in Michigan. It's just beautiful. Hopefully one day I can get up to the upper peninsula of Michigan. I've been to Michigan once, and I visited Union Pier, which is a little town along the shores of Lake Michigan. I loved it there. If you ever visit Union Pier, I suggest checking out Moraine State Park. It's basically a 200-foot sand dune which you can climb, and you can get bird's eye views of Lake Michigan. There is a fee for out-of-state residents. I think it was like $5 or $10, but it was worth it. one thing about PA state parks, they're free to everybody. And the place I stayed in Union Pier was the Firefly Resort. They're little cottages that were built in the 1930s. They were so cozy inside, and they were renovated, so they were so clean, so cozy, and I slept so well. Here's a cute little pine tree. Oh, how cute. I'm actually working on my 100 miles on the North Country Trail, the NCT 100. So I have till December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, to get my 100 miles in. I'm seeing what looks like old fence posts. I saw two back there, but didn't think anything of it until I saw these ones. Oh yeah, these are fence posts. One sun. You can see metal hooks. But you can see they're all along the trail here. 60, 70, 80, 100 years ago, these trees were not here. So coming in contact with these fence posts is just a reminder that this was somebody's property at one time. And there's a couple more. Very fascinating. And on this one I can still see the remains of barbed wire. It's kind of hard to see with the sun. Let me zoom in. Boy, at one time this was either somebody's field or livestock raised here. Here we come upon a right-of-way, hence the clearing. It's not a hike without seeing fungus. And we come upon another right-of-way. And this time is considered brown season. Look around, all you see is brown. It's the time between the snow melt and whenever the spring foliage starts coming on. But I can find beauty in brown season. And another nice thing, you can see things before the foliage comes up. You might find an old foundation or those fence posts. But every season is beautiful in its own way. And here are some beautiful woods to hike through. This is ideal hiking to me. And Route 528 is right below the hillside. This trail kind of runs parallel with 528. And I'm coming up on Burton Road. Burton or Barkley. I always get those two mixed up. Barkley. I see daffodils and lilies starting to come up. When you see a patch of daffodils in the woods, that is more evidence that there was once a homestead here. And many years ago, property owners planted daffodils to create a border or mark a grave site. So I think these ones were just a border. There's no evidence of a cemetery here. However, there are a handful of cemeteries within park boundaries. Yeah, here's another patch of daffodils. I don't see any evidences of old foundations. Oh, what's this? Oh. I made a ladder out of myself. Something could have been here. I see the blocks. So this might have been like the location of the house. Because those blocks look like they were carved by humans. So I'm guessing the house sat here at the corner of Barkley Road and 528. And up yonder, I don't know how well my camera's going to pick it up, but I do see another patch of daffodils. So far I hiked 1.4 miles and I'm at Barkley Road, and I'm just going to continue on. So North Country Trail, Barkley Road. So I plan on going to West Liberty Road, which is another 1/5 of a mile. And you can tell by the sign this is Washington's Trail, 1753. So right past Barkley Road, there is a slight elevation. Nothing too bad. And Moraine State Park actually borders Jennings. So if you follow this trail, you'll end up at Jennings. So George Washington took this route on his way to Erie. That's whenever he confronted the French. And the trail is kind of noisy because you have Route 528 nearby. So you're going to hear the hum of traffic. Nice day to be flying. Here's a nice wooden footbridge. Shout out to all the volunteers. Last month I actually helped out at Jennings for the cherry pie hike by just cutting pie. That was so much fun. So if you have a talent or an ability you'd like to share, and if you are an avid hiker on the North Country Trail, they're always looking for help. So if you have like the gift of maintenance or the gift of leadership, they're always looking for people. It's a fantastic organization. And the North Country Trail brings so much positive to the communities along it. Because when people hike on these trails, they patronize local businesses and they bring money into the economy. And other benefits are fresh air, nature, exercise, education. So it's a great thing to have. Get the kids off their screens and onto the trails. And I see the woods as a classroom. There's so much to be learned out here. So many lessons that you can teach kids. What's this? Got a fine specimen of fungus. So nature is a fantastic classroom, and children learn at different paces and they learn in different ways. There's not one size fits all to learning. And when my kids were little, I did take advantage of some of the programs at Jennings. They were fantastic. The rangers were hands-on. I'm coming up on West Liberty Road. And West Liberty is a community in Brady Township. You can see West Liberty Road crosses Route 528. Staff Road is 1.6 miles. I don't think I'm going to hike to Staff Road, but probably here soon I'm probably going to go ahead and turn around and head back. So I'll hike another half mile. So I'll be sure to get my 2.5 miles in and 2.5 miles out. So I'll get my 5 miles in. And that'll bring me up to 12 miles for the year. I'm a little behind on the challenge. The volunteer experiences I love is trail maintenance. I love taking my pruners and just trimming back foliage. Especially multiflora roses. That's the fancy name for jagger bush. And they are invasive. Same with Japanese knotweed. That's an invasive species. And they spread like wildfire because they don't have any natural enemies. Here's another beautiful pine forest. And like earlier, we're definitely on a ridge. I love the smell of pine. Love it. Here's a great place to turn around. I'm going to hike back to the 528 trailhead. It's a beautiful morning, great day to hike. Sun is shining, the birds are singing. So I encourage you all to get outdoors, especially now since the weather's getting nice. Even if it's cold, chilly out, bundle up and get out and get fresh air. And if you are a regular hiker on the North Country Trail, I highly recommend taking advantage of the volunteer opportunities. Or physically you can't donate your time, they're always looking for monetary donations. And I sure hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.